Capricorn, August 10th brings a quiet but powerful message from the tarot. This is a day of realization, maturity, and emotional clarity. Something that has been developing slowly in your life may finally begin to make sense. You may have spent a long time focusing on responsibility, work, money, family, future plans, things that need to be fixed, things that need to be paid, things that need to be achieved. You are often the person others rely on when something goes wrong. You keep moving even when you're tired. You continue working even when nobody notices. You carry responsibilities without always telling people how heavy they feel. But today, the tarot asks you to stop for a moment. Not because you're giving up, because you need to remember why you're working so hard in the first place. What kind of life are you trying to build? And does the life you're building actually make you happy? That question may touch something deep inside you. Because sometimes Capricorn becomes so focused on reaching the next goal that they forget to enjoy the road. August 10th reminds you that success is not only about arriving. It's also about becoming someone who can enjoy what they have built. In love, today may bring emotional honesty. If you're in a relationship, you may begin thinking more seriously about stability and the future. You may want to know where the relationship is going. You may want clearer commitment. You may want to feel that you and your partner are building something together rather than simply sharing the same routine. If you've been keeping certain feelings inside, today is a good time to express them. Don't wait until frustration becomes silence. And don't assume that your partner automatically knows what you need. Even strong relationships need communication. You may discover that your partner has been thinking about the future too. Perhaps they've been waiting for the right moment to discuss something. A home, a move, marriage, family, travel, money, or simply a deeper commitment. The conversation may feel serious, but it could also bring relief. Sometimes the relationship becomes stronger when two people finally stop pretending that everything is fine and start talking about what they genuinely want. For some Capricorn natives, however, the cards show a different realization. You may be asking yourself whether you are receiving the same effort you give. You are loyal. You are dependable. You keep your promises. You show up. But perhaps someone has become comfortable taking your loyalty for granted. Today may make that impossible to ignore. You don't need to create drama. You don't need to punish anyone. But you may need to stop doing everything for everyone. Love is supposed to be mutual. If someone truly values you, they should eventually show it through actions, not only words. For single Capricorn, the tarot suggests that romantic energy may develop slowly. Someone may enter your life who doesn't immediately try to impress you. They may be calm, reserved, mature, focused. And that could be exactly what attracts you. You may feel that you can trust this person before you even understand why. There could be a connection through work, business, mutual friends, education, or a practical everyday situation. Don't rush it. You have learned enough from the past to know that fast chemistry isn't always lasting compatibility. This time, allow someone to earn your trust. Let them show consistency. Let them demonstrate that their words match their actions. If someone from your past appears again, the tarot asks you to be honest with yourself. Do you actually want them back? Or do you simply want the version of the past that existed before things became complicated? There is a difference. You have changed. The person you were when that relationship began may not be the same person sitting here today. Your standards are different. Your priorities are different. Your tolerance is different. Don't return to an old situation simply because it feels familiar. Familiar doesn't always mean safe. Career energy is especially strong for Capricorn on August 10th. You may be closer to recognition than you realize. Perhaps you've been working quietly. Maybe you haven't received the promotion you wanted. Maybe you've watched other people move ahead while you've continued doing the difficult work behind the scenes. The tarot suggests that your consistency is beginning to matter. Someone may notice your reliability. Someone may recommend you. A new responsibility may come your way. Or you may receive an opportunity that requires you to step outside your usual role. Don't automatically say no because it looks challenging. Sometimes the responsibility that scares you is the same responsibility that changes your career. If you've been considering a promotion, apply. If you've been thinking about changing careers, research. If you've wanted to start a business, begin planning. If you've been waiting for someone to recognize your abilities, stop waiting and start presenting them more confidently. You have earned more than you give yourself credit for. But there is one warning. Don't let perfectionism delay your progress. You may tell yourself, I need more experience. I need more money. I need a better plan. I need to know everything first. You don't. You need a strong enough foundation to take the next step. The rest can be learned along the way. Financially, August 10th brings a message of long-term thinking. This isn't the energy of reckless risk. It's the energy of building. You may be thinking about savings, property, investments, business, debt, a major purchase, or simply creating more security for yourself and your family. The tarot encourages careful planning. Don't make financial decisions because someone else is making you feel behind. Your timeline is different. You don't need to prove your success through expensive things. Real wealth is freedom, the ability to sleep peacefully, the ability to handle an unexpected expense, the ability to make decisions without panic, the ability to choose your future instead of being forced into it by financial pressure. That is what you should be building. There may also be a new financial opportunity connected to something practical, a skill, a service, a side business, a professional connection. Something you've been doing quietly may eventually become more profitable than you expect. Don't underestimate your experience. Your years of learning have value. Your knowledge has value. Your discipline has value. Family energy may become emotional today. Someone close to you may need your support. But you may also realize that you've been taking too much responsibility for other people's lives. Capricorn often becomes the person who solves things, the one who pays, the one who organizes, the one who stays calm, the one everyone calls. But who takes care of you when you're tired? That's an important question today. You can love your family without carrying every burden. You can help without destroying your own stability. You can say, I can't do this right now. And that doesn't make you selfish. It makes you human. There may also be an old family issue that needs forgiveness. Not necessarily reconciliation. Forgiveness. Sometimes you can release anger without reopening the relationship. Sometimes peace comes from accepting that certain people may never give you the explanation you wanted. And you can still move forward. The past does not need to become perfect before you can have a peaceful future. There is a powerful emotional message surrounding Capricorn today. You may finally begin letting go of the belief that you have to earn love through achievement. You don't. You don't need to be successful for someone to love you. You don't need to solve everyone's problems to deserve respect. You don't need to be productive every second to deserve rest. And you don't need to prove your strength by suffering silently. That realization may feel uncomfortable because you've lived differently for a long time. But it can also feel like freedom. You may have spent years saying, once I achieve this, I'll relax. Once I earn more, I'll be happy. Once everything is organized, I'll finally breathe. But there will always be another goal, another responsibility, another problem. Life isn't waiting at the end of the list. Life is happening while you're checking the list. August 10th asks you to notice that. Take a breath. Look around. Notice what you've already built. Notice the people who genuinely love you. Notice how far you've come. You are not where you were. Even if you haven't reached everything you wanted, you've made progress. Don't allow unfinished goals to erase completed victories. As the day continues, your intuition becomes quieter but stronger. You may suddenly feel that one opportunity isn't right. Another possibility may feel strangely peaceful. Someone may reveal their intentions without realizing it. Pay attention to what happens naturally. You don't always need to force clarity. Sometimes people reveal themselves through consistency. Sometimes situations reveal themselves through repetition. And sometimes your own body tells you what your mind refuses to accept. If something constantly makes you anxious, exhausted, and uncertain, ask yourself why. If something brings peace, stability, and genuine excitement, ask yourself why. Your emotional response contains information. Use it. By the evening, you may begin thinking about your future differently. Perhaps you have been chasing a version of success that belonged to someone else. Maybe you thought you had to follow a certain path because that's what responsible people do. But your life doesn't have to look traditional. You can build success differently. You can choose a different career. You can move somewhere new. You can start again. You can fall in love later. You can change your goals. You can decide that something you wanted 5 years ago no longer matters. Changing your direction isn't failure. Sometimes it's evidence that you've grown. Tonight, allow yourself to imagine a future based on what you actually want. Not what your family expects. Not what society considers successful. Not what your friends are doing. What do you want? A peaceful home? Financial independence? A loving relationship? Travel? A business? More time with family? Creative freedom? Whatever it is, don't be embarrassed by it. Your dreams don't need to look impressive to other people. They need to feel meaningful to you. There is also a message about timing. Something may not happen today, and that's okay. The tarot suggests that some things are still developing behind the scenes. You may be tempted to think that nothing is happening because you cannot see the result yet. But seeds grow underground before anyone sees them. Your efforts may be doing the same. Continue. Keep preparing. Keep learning. Keep saving. Keep improving. Keep believing. The result may arrive when you're least expecting it. Capricorn, you have already survived periods when you thought you couldn't continue. You have been disappointed. You have been underestimated. You have carried responsibilities that others never knew about. And somehow you kept going. Don't forget that strength. But also don't romanticize exhaustion. Being strong doesn't mean you must always struggle. Your next chapter can be easier, can be softer. It can contain success without constant stress, can contain love without uncertainty, can contain money without fear. It can contain ambition without sacrificing your entire personal life. That is the balance you are learning now. As August 10th comes toward its end, you may feel a quiet sense of certainty. Not certainty about everything, just certainty about one thing. You know what you will no longer accept. That alone is powerful. Maybe you won't accept being undervalued. Maybe you won't accept emotional inconsistency. Maybe you won't accept financial chaos. Maybe you won't accept working endlessly without living. Maybe you won't accept people who only remember you when they need something. Whatever it is, hold on to that boundary. Your standards are not too high simply because they are different from what you accepted before. Before sleeping, ask yourself, what am I building all of this for? Let the answer be honest. Not practical. Not impressive. Honest. Maybe the answer is freedom. Maybe love. Maybe peace. Maybe security. Maybe the chance to give your family a better life. Maybe simply the desire to prove to yourself that you can create something meaningful. Whatever the answer is, remember it. Because when the road becomes difficult, that reason will keep you moving. And Capricorn, the tarot has one final message for August 10th. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not failing because your life doesn't look like someone else's. Your journey has its own timing. The things you are building slowly may become the things that last the longest. So don't rush. Don't compare. Don't abandon your dreams simply because they are taking longer than expected. Keep going. But this time, remember to live while you're building. Love while you're building. Rest while you're building. Laugh while you're building. Because one day you may reach the place you've been working toward and realize that the greatest part wasn't the destination. It was everything you became along the way. August 10th is reminding you that your future doesn't require a completely different person. It requires the version of you who finally understands that success and happiness are allowed to exist together. And perhaps today, you are finally ready to believe that.